Namaskar. I'm Kumar Rakesh and you're watching Global Governance News TV. We are going to discuss Delhi riots. Who is the mastermind of Delhi riots and why again? And in 2020, we have already seen the riots and the violence. And again, on 16th April, we have just seen in Jahangirpuri. Area is like I say, and what's the reason behind it? Why the again? Why the stone pelted and like that? And story of politics and police also, and we should see how the police has been reacted, and Delhi Police Commissioner Rakesh Asthana has a press conference on today, Monday, over the violence that erupted in Delhi Jahangirpuri on Saturday. He said the reports claiming that flags were installed at a mosque in the area are baseless. And 2 days after the communal clashes broke out in Delhi Jahangirpuri during a Hanuman Jayanti procession, Delhi Police Commissioner Rakesh Asthana revised the claim that the violence erupted after the saffron flags were installed at a mosque area. That was the wrong narrative, actually. They're setting their narratives also. And an altercation between the two groups erupted over the minor argument. A report that flags were installed in the mosque are baseless, Rakesh Asthana said while addressing a press conference on Monday. And he said 23 people have been arrested so far in connection with the violence. This is report is about afternoon, 3 o'clock, and more arrest is going on now. And 23 people arrested in connection with the incident. 3 firearms and 5 swords also recovered. One person, I'll show you some clips, also arrested who are just firing with his pistol. Action will be taken against any person found guilty, irrespective of their class, creed, community, and religion, as Rakesh said. And as you know, two groups clashed during the Hanuman Jayanti procession in Delhi Jahangirpur area on Saturday, April 16, after stones were pelted, bottles, also shots were fired during the incident. Several vehicles were vandalized by miscreants, and police personnel were injured. More than 7 police personnel injured. The injured were admitted to the Babu Jagjivan Ram Memorial Hospital. Visuals from the sites of incidents showed groups of people on the different sides of the road pelting stones at each other. It was claimed that when the police tried to handle the situation, they were also attacked by the miscreant. Several other videos showing the people brandishing the swords, pistols, and knives went viral on social media on Sunday. And unbiased probe into Jahangir violence, as the police commissioner said and claimed. Today, Union Home Minister Amit Shah also instructed the Delhi police no any should be spared those who are found guilty and whatever proofs has been found against them. So I'm going to show some clips, just to see the clips, how they are trying to be react on this incident. And I think it's according to reports, more than 27 places were and vandalized on that day, and accordingly, and many places, 80 states, 12 flashpoints, and pattern was same. So I just time so the clips, just to see the clips. I 2, 3, 4 clips we have, and then we'll start the discussion. This is the smoke of the Jahangirpur on Saturday, and you see how they are trying to attack the stone, and one person with the blue shirt, Kutta, is trying to fire on the Hanuman Jayanti procession. Against this narratives. He is saying, "Vardi utar ke milo fir batate hain." This is called the double thing. This is not from the Jahangir, but I'm just trying to show character, how they are not following the rules, regulation, constitution, laws of the country, that is Bharat and India. And more, I'll show
या
you.
बज़्म जहां महकाएंगे या खून में नहाकर दम लेंगे अरबाब हुकूमत से कह दो ये अज़म किया है हम सब ने जो हक के मुकाबिल आएगा हम उसको मिटाकर दम लेंगे हम एक खुदा
What they are trying to show.
दीनदार के हर बुत तोड़ देंगे हम हक के निशान हैं दुनिया में बातिल को मिटाकर दम लेंगे जो सी
Maharashtra. And last show, when the person arrested in Jahangirpur area, how just he is just showing himself so fearless. See, out of 23, there are some person, the boy is trying to copy the film, how he just showing them. The middleman, the black pant. Yeah, just you see how he is. Well, the film Pushpa, I'm not want to take the name, but how he's a popular, he's trying to copy the movie, and so fearless. He was arrested by the police. So at time of the, I think we are talking the narratives one, how they are reacting to, why the riots again in Delhi during the regime of the Arvind Kejriwal 3, and how they are also connected with the AAP party. Lastly, 2020, the Imran Hussain also connected with the AAP party, and the found investigation is going on. But this is a fact. What kept before you, just the place before you. Now, Shivaji Sarkar, how just you see, find, and think why again and again these rights, violence, and some politicians are playing the politics.
I think everything is very manufactured, very shocking. Because everybody knew, perhaps even from the beginning, that perhaps police knew who will be throwing the counter stones. They knew that. And so it looks very surprising to me that soon after the incident, police easily goes and hold them up. Normally, it doesn't happen that kind of a situation or any criminal action. On the other side, also, I believe the way it was provocated was also not necessary. Why that provocation was and for what reason, God can understand that. But the issue is, I remember the situation, 60s, where almost it was an annual ritual to have riots during Holi and Diwali. It was a normal everywhere. And everybody knew who were basic attackers and who were being killed. It was not a very secret at all, but you can do it. And mostly, finally, the majority groups used to be saved by the UP's PAC. So there used to be demand that PAC must be removed. But at that time, I think it was 64 or 65. It was a similar kind of a severe riot. Many majority houses were burnt. Many of them were killed, many injured. There were some counterattacks also, but the casualties on the other side was very minimal. The newspapers were reporting each and every name. That's how people could understand exactly what was happening. So then, I be chairman. I'm not sure at that time he was home minister or not, but as minister came down to Allahabad, saw went to all the areas, which normally now ministers don't do. They don't visit such areas. This वाले पहले ही बता देते हैं कि don't go, it will be very गड़बड़. So he went, and after that he held meetings with the members of both the communities. He also called the media and had separate meetings with the media. In those days, it was basically newspapers, and he told them not to blame the victims. I must say, whatever it did, there was sanguine effect. That's where I stopped.
Okay. So, Rakesh Tiwari.
That is where I am coming to. Now I don't find that happening. Now I feel somewhere in all parts of the society, there is a kind of glee in this kind of writing. Everybody thinks it is like a cricket match, who can score more. I think this is neither it suits the society, nor it suits the politics. Parties may come and go, but the social fabric is very delicate. And in Delhi, if you see those areas where this riot has happened normally, I haven't seen such riots happening. Mostly Delhi riots used to happen around Jama Masjid. That was the record of Delhi. But now spreading to these kind of areas, fringe areas of Delhi, I think it is a matter of concern. And irrespective of the party, whatever it is, we must intervene strongly and stop any kind of criminal from any side who are into this kind of provocation. There is no reason why this national capital, which did not suffer even during virtually during 1947 partition, should have this kind of a communal riot scenario. It is very unpleasant, uncanny, and of course, it doesn't give anything good. If you take also about the economy, and if you want to invite FDI to the country, these sends very wrong signals. Recently, we have seen in Bangalore also.
That's the main point.
Bangalore also, we have seen this happening. Some of the companies, they just wound up sacking 500 to 1,000 employees.
What is wrong signal trying to make? They are the India and the Rakesh Tiwari ji. How just to see the trying to make the narratives against Bharat, against India, just to make.
Don't take it against Bharat, against India. This is a social crisis.
Sir, social crisis, but why this happened again and again? What for? Tiwari ji.
Yes, well, thank you so much, Kumar Rakesh ji and Shivaji. Okay, let me.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you are able to hear me, let me just make my point here. I will not say that there is a social uprising or social conflict. I think it is much more is manufactured. It is getting manufactured, and definitely I will go along with Kumar Rakesh ji here that that there is a planned work which is happening.
Yeah.
We must go a little bit back.
Manufactured, not in India, Bharat. Spain, just to see that in Spain and Sweden also on the day of Easter.
Okay. I will not go to Sweden. Sweden is a big.
They are always manufactured and they are also sponsored. We must understand that.
Yeah.
Even the 1946 direct action was sponsored by the Muslim League and then the Bengal Prime Minister Suravardi. What about it? They're talking about.
Well, let's
sponsored, manufactured,
let the Tiwari
and provoked.
Let the Tiwari
let me mention. Let me come back a couple of points. Now you see that this is the same kind of scenario is getting created. Whosoever has a bit knowledge of the history, and Shivaji is right here, that if you remember that this is fabricated, you can say communal violence, and which is called Sampradayak Dange. Okay, means BJP was well, has worked, BJP government at the center worked very well, and they said, well, and their credential was this, that we have not let the danga and this thing happen in our term. Now we must go back to I will just give my point here. If you remember that when Donald Trump was the president and he came to Delhi, at that time the dangas started at that time. So you can see that was manufactured at that time, because they knew that Donald Trump is coming, American president is coming, and if this such things happen, so this will create a hype and it will get the international media attention. Right now, if you see that, Miss, I was just looking at it. What the hell? I'm sorry for using the word. What Martina Navratilova got to do with the Jahangir Puri? What is happening over there? Because and I just saw the comment, and BBC has taken, and Martin Navratilova got nothing to do. I don't remember that she has some strong connection with Bharat or anyway. In Khargon, or in Karnataka, in Madhya Pradesh, all these places where it's happening means the Muslim community is getting poised at every given chance in the Friday prayer, that they are pushing it. And I'm very sure that there if a bit more investigation is done, and taking the I will say that from there, and when Trump came and the danga in Delhi happened, so that is showing that, okay, BJP or the Modi Sarkar, which is in the power, showing them in the poor light. At the same time, I would like to say that that our intelligence failure is also there. At that time, when Trump came, we are from media. I was sensing it, that the dharna which was happening about the Bangladeshi people from Bangladeshi, and when we are talking about the NOC, NAC. So when we are talking about and that the whole dharna Pradesh,
yeah.
yes, and what is the name of that place in Delhi where they were doing the sorry?
Shaheen Bagh.
Shaheen Bagh. Now even people are forgetting it. So all these things at that same time, if you remember, that some of the international so-called celebrity or the Twitter celebrity who they have said and they had given their statements about the Indian democracy. At the so if you take the whole thing in perspective, we can see that it is getting manufactured. At the same time, I will say that the police and the intelligence failure also. When we are seeing that in Khargon, let me just complete my per line. In Khargon, when it happened, when things, so we should know, and the Delhi government and the police administration and intelligence, they must know that this is this is their game, and that can happen in Delhi as well. So now. And while you can say that the previous experience of Shaheen Bagh and the Trump came, at that time danga happened too. So how can they are not prepared? How come they are not prepared for that? When we can in the media, it was written there.
Tiwari, your question is very valid, Sivaji. Just I'll take the question answer from Sivaji also. And I also put my answer. Just time of the break. After break, we just come again and our discussion is on.
Yeah.
Welcome back after the break. We're discussing who the mastermind of the Delhi riots and violence, why, and again, it happened after 2 years. And Rakesh Tiwari raised the valid question. What this is a failure of system. I agreed. What the police were doing. Number two, how the intelligence working. Number three, and again, how it happened and why it is happening. What the police is doing, the system is doing now. And now, after 3 days, Commissioner of Police said there is no permission for the Hanuman Jayanti procession. If there are no permission, why procession was allowed? How they did? So Shivaji, if do you think this is a
So
totally
you
failure
see,
totally
Rakesh,
failure of the Home Ministry, and how just
I have
Home
only
Ministry
one small
expected-
thing to say.
Please.
The issue is,
I think something. I
no,
think
no, I'm coming to the point.
your I think your finger on the camera, so your face is just a
The issue is
yeah.
the policing all over the country has failed. Policing has failed in UP. Just 2 days back, I met the SSP, and he says, हमारे पास force नहीं है. But that same force is used to give, if there is a rally of a political party, if the CM is coming, the same investigation of the getting officer is there. It is happening in MP. It is happening in Karnataka. It is happening elsewhere too. So the policing, when the policing will fail, when the investigations will not be done, and the entire police force will act only to placate those in chair, naturally, there can't be investigation. Naturally, the beat constable, the system of beat constable virtually has not been abolished. Because everybody is attached to some neta on this side or the other side.
That is a different.
So when the police is used for netas,
yeah,
and they feel it is very cozy. Because when you go to netas, rent seeking also become very easy. Packets come automatically to them. And doing an investigation requires a skill, requires effort, it's labor intensive, it has to be pursued. Why should they do it? The rent seeking is very high in UP. I must tell you. I'm giving the example of UP because UP is just next to Delhi. It's extremely high here. Courts do not function here. Yes, the courts also do not function here. And the chief minister is being befooled by all these cronies. And I feel there is no political acumen to virtually create a check and balance within the force. Today I have a function at my house. I will ask the SSP or whosoever it is, why the police is not posted at my home? Why should the police go and serve private issues of any neta, whichever political party it is? And this has been the culture in UP everywhere. This is the culture of MP. This is the culture of Rajasthan. This is the culture of Maharashtra everywhere. So how can there be an effective police? And now you see even in this riots, like as I am observing their action, they're very partial. They ignore one side and they take only action against the other side.
Tiwari ji,
While both the sides are equally guilty.
that is the matter of questions.
So, unless and until
Rakesh Tiwari, something
is made the police,
on
they
your
are made.
question.
And if
Police
there
is
is dereliction
partial
of duty,
or
they're immediately suspended. They're immediately sacked. There
No,
can't
you
be
are
any
right.
policing. The policing,
Whatever
the law and order situation in the entire country has failed.
Sir, whatever
Irrespective of
the
the party,
police
whoever the party is, they are enjoying the fruits of the police, and the police is enjoying the fruits of the political party.
but
And
whatever
this
the
debate,
police
and
Sir,
this debate is nobody
please.
discussing. Every discussion takes place. This is this group they have done. This is that group they have done. But what the police is doing, nobody
But-
discussed it.
But
Police
whatever
has
your
gone to
question-
the dogs. Policing
Sir-
has gone to the dogs.
Sir, whatever your question is there, that's today the Rakesh Asthana, Delhi Police Commissioner, claimed, I'm using a claim, there is no partiality.
The
in
remedies, there is only one remedy.
Sir,
Either
I'm
the
telling you something.
parties who are in power,
Sir, we
they
are-
do
we
not
are
know
discussing
administration, and if they know, then they should act like that. I
we
believe
are-
they do not
we
know
are
how to
very right.
administer.
Sir,
And
we are
everywhere,
discussing a very
wherever I
right.
go, now I have to
And
give
those-
one more example. I will just give one more example.
Sir,
The
Rakesh Tiwari, something to respond from your
Lakhimpur
question.
accused.
No,
He is
Rakesh
given
Tiwari
bail
want to
by
respond
the
to your
court,
question, sir.
and now Supreme Court.
Rakesh, sir, Rakesh Tiwari, something respond your raise. Yeah,
let
please.
let me come, Shivaji, sir. Let me say this one thing. Policing, we want to criticize, we can criticize. Of course, we have a right to do that. But at the same time, we have to understand that, and I'm not here, I'm not favoring them, I'm not, coming in defense of them. But at the same time, when they are, I do feel, I do sense kind of a foreign elements which are supporting it. And when you see we are talking about the Muslim population in Bharat, so now a kind of a propaganda which is happening, and that
Yeah.
is every day we can see in a certain media section every day. Then we know that they are doing purposely this work, and they are saying, well, this government which is there in the BJP at the center and various places, okay, and they know that this is they are over there, and and they are giving this sense that these governments are only there for only Hindus, and they are not for the Muslim, and they are not for the minority. This is the feed they are getting every day in the whenever they are meeting in the Friday prayer and everywhere. All the political leaders who are Muslim leaders from other parties, Asaduddin Owaisi, they are feeding this agenda. So what is happening over there? So when you are
Owaisi is
putting the
only a
fire
victim
to
of the
make the
BJP.
pot boil, okay, so that has something to do. Miss, let me say, and at the both side, I will say that at the same time, police, some elements they are provoking. Means they want the right to happen. So somewhere a bigger conspiracy is taking place. While I have criticized the police, but at the same time we have to know that police needs the reform. Police needs more. And at the same time, let me say this: we know now. We do say that okay, in USA policing is great. What happened when the Black Lives Matter movement started over there?
Yeah.
The whole USA went to it was like in a collapse condition where the law and order was totally diminished. It was finishing. So while we are saying this, at the same time, we have to appreciate that Indian police, Bharati police is given their circumstances, giving their situation, they are doing their best, but at the same time, they need more hands, they need more vigilance, and more money has to be put. Police reforms has to be done. Proper intelligence, means we know that, and the same those reforms has to be done at the judiciary level as well too. So these things are outcome. As we are going to see the same repetition, and I'm afraid there is a narrative is getting pushed back. India again, divide Bharat again, divide Bharat again. People are not
Propaganda
getting
just like that.
justice over there. People, so all these narratives they are coming into place. When I mean, if if you see the 3-4 years period of time, why it is happening. It happened in MP, okay. It happened in Karnataka. It happened in Delhi, when we know that okay, central government is in power. Why not it happened in other places too? So there is a kind of narrative taking place here. Thank you.
Sivaji, the last question and the last round. Just my just question and my just subject today, just to discuss who is the mastermind for the daily rights again and why. I think you or both of say the lack of the policing and proper lack of information, intelligence. These are the other factors. But who are just gaining from these rights, just defaming the government, opposition, our party, and others way. Shivaji, blame
Rakesh,
game
in
is
the
on.
beginning itself,
Blame game is
Rakesh,
on. JP Nadda has written the letter today. Others are also the blamed. CPI, CPM. Um, uh,
why blame
yes.
others? Everybody knows who are the parties there. Hold them,
Okay.
put them behind the bars. What's wrong in it?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
have something to
There
do
is
with
a
for sure.
no. There is a provision in the Indian Penal Code,
Yeah.
which is called 107 by 17, that acts uniformly against both the conflicting parties, and they put them behind bars. Go and discuss it there.
But who will put them behind the
Why
bar?
can't that be used? People say, bring new
The
laws.
administration.
There are enough laws.
The Home Minister.
10717.
Blame game is on.
It puts everybody in.
BJP,
Everybody
BJP was in writing letter to other.
proper
The opposition is blaming the
space.
BJP. And
So
they're trying to
basically,
blame the BJP.
no, just a minute, Rakesh. All the political parties are responsible. Which one not?
Yeah,
Today, Congress is not in the forefront, so they are not.
just to see the Rajasthan, how they are just trying to
Possibly
make.
not. That is, I'm not giving them total clean sheet, but possibly they are not. But all others are. And take action against the leaders of that, no? One leader may be a chief minister. Why not? Go and arrest the chief minister. Which law prevents that the chief minister can't be arrested? No law prevents. For criminal offense, nobody is protected, even not the Rashtrapati.
Yeah.
No, I beg.
Law
I
is
think
above the law.
Rashtrapati is protected. Rashtrapati and
No,
Prime Ministers
for
are
a criminal
protected.
offense, he has to
As
immediately quit.
a citizen of
And he will be put
India,
behind bars.
they can't be protected.
There is no protection for criminal offense.
Law and constitution is above to all the posts.
Law is very clear
Yes.
in this country.
So,
But
so
the
nice,
law is-
Maharashtra's Home Minister
Law
was
is
arrested.
being
As
No, no.
Nawab Malik was the minister,
Shivaji,
was
Shivaji.
arrested. I agree.
And
Yeah.
Shivaji and Tiwari ji, nice to talk with you. Just to say, those who are responsible,
So,
they should be
if you are
behind the
expecting-
bar against the
Now-
all the, whatever the fake narratives, whatever they're trying to make, the whatever narratives, and the,
There was a
all-
reference to that CIA movement.
So I think
So look
also
at the
somebody is claiming
constitution.
this is an international
CIA,
conspiracy.
CIA law
Same
itself is
pattern is
faulted.
there.
The entire movement was against that faulted law. I won't discuss it because it
Okay.
doesn't suit you. It doesn't happen in a democracy. Law has to be for everybody, and it has to be openly
The
discussed.
law is same. Law
Unless
should
and
be
until
like
you
that.
discuss
You're right.
all issues openly in the society, there
Yes.
will
Thank you,
be
sir.
injected
Thank you.
aberrations,
Thank you for
and
joining,
you can't
sir.
control it.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
joining, sir. Just who was responsible should be spared, and those who are 23% has been arrested, more arrested gone, and according to Union Minister, nobody should spare. That should be an example. Again, they should not do like that. Who are the culprits who have been arrested? Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.